So to set an assignment, I'm going to use an example from a live classroom that I have right now. First, you go to create an assignment. Now, there are two ways to access the document that you want to use. The easiest way is just to click on Google Drive, and if you have opened it recently, you will see it at the top. But if it doesn't show up there, you can also go into the Drive folder and find it here and attach the link itself. Remember that when you attach links, that anyone with that link can access that file. So now that you have your task, you can write an assignment title and instructions if you need to. The instructions could be in the document itself, usually mine are. So I just add something general like complete the tasks. Here you can choose how many people see this assignment. Points. When I have a one-to-one lesson, I don't usually assign points. The due date, time if needed, and the topic. Then as soon as I click assign, my student will see it in her feed. If you want to publish your assignment at a specific time, you can click schedule and it will automatically publish at that time. So for example, if I want to publish it at 8:45 p.m. today, that's 5 minutes from now, schedule, then it will appear here in writing. So you see, in 5 minutes, this assignment will publish automatically and it will appear in her feed. If you want to edit the assignment, just click on it, edit, and you can change the time when it's scheduled. Schedule for 8:45 p.m. X. Now, I can actually click on the X here, and it's still here as a draft. Drafts are a good way to plan ahead so that you don't have to go looking for material if you want to work on some specific topics at certain times and you know that you're going to be dealing with them in future lessons. You can create assignments and just click on the X and they will stay grayed out. Only you will see them. Your students will not be able to see them until you actually publish them in the feed. As you may have noticed, there's a difference between some of these icons. You can publish materials. I do this quite often. Materials don't have due dates. So materials are just things that they can use for their reference. For example, I always publish lesson notes as a material so that they know where all of the notes from each of their lessons is organized. This is what I will explain when I teach you some tricks for organizing Google Drive. And a personal dictionary is another material. You can also publish reference sources, textbooks, and other things that they might need during this course as materials. The next two things that you can publish are questions and quizzes. A question is basically just like an assignment that they will answer quickly right here. It's basically encouraging interaction. Generally, this is something that you would only do with a group of students. I never use it for one-to-one. It allows them to very easily and quickly deal with certain questions that are relevant to the course material. The next one, quiz assignment, is quite involving, actually. You create a quiz from a Google form, and you can use this as a review. This is also a very good way to track your students' progress because you will see responses here as well. I will show you how to design this later, and I will show you some samples of how I did it with my students. Another thing you will notice as you create assignments and quizzes and materials is that everything will be organized by the topic on the side here. So for example, if you have a lot of content and you want to sift through it as quickly as possible, you can select the section. Now, another useful feature here too is that you can drag and drop anywhere. So you can just take any of these topics and bring them into other ones very easily, or up and down in priority. The most recent one will be at the top, and it's in reverse order, just like your stream. So you can see the streams has the most recent posts of the assignments that I have given. And here it's just organized by the topic. So this is one thing that's important to tell your students, is that they should go and look in the classwork tab immediately. And because sometimes students only look at the stream tab and then they lose things because they get very far down, they get buried in all of the other work. So they forget where things are and they can't find a logical order to these things. So make sure that they are aware that the classwork tab is where everything's organized by topic. So that's all for now for the basics. We'll come back to this and explore it in more detail when we get into the advanced tips and tricks on how to save time